In this video, I'm going to explain how to extract information from a PDF invoices. And if the PDF invoice has multiple pages and the line items is expanded into multiple pages. So let me show you this particular example PDF file that I have. If you look into this PDF file, I have line items here and it's expanded into multiple pages like this one, right? So what we need to do, we need to extract these line items information dynamically from all the pages. And also we need to extract some metadata information like invoice number, invoice date, due date, and what's the final total amount. Okay, so that's what we need to extract. So let's see the expected output first and then I'll explain the code. Okay, so this is my expected output. I have warehouse number, item number, description, color, size, quantity, unit price, and amount. I could just concatenate those warehouse, color, and size and create one unique SKU, but that's after extracting the information. So this is the line items and you'll see there are 25 rows, I guess 0 to 24, that is the 25th rows. And if you look into this, I think I have 9 rows in this first table and 16 rows in the second table. So that's what we need to extract, and the metadata part is basically this one: invoice number, date, and due date, and total due. Okay, so let's explain a little bit more on this part. So if you look into this particular PDF file, then you'll see that we don't have specific grid lines here. Okay, but we have some color settings for alternate rows. Okay, so first row has color setting, next row no color setting, and then third row have color setting as well. Also, one more thing we need to extract is that there is no vertical lines as well. So if we don't have any vertical lines, then the best way is to explicitly specify the vertical line position, and then it will just slice that down by that particular number, and it will just create a vertical lines when it extracting the data from the PDF file. So that's what I have done in this particular section. You can see that I get the page 1, and then I'm just extracting that. Okay, find tables in that first page, and then just give me the first tables. Okay, you can see for rec in page.find tables, strategy is lines and tables 0, header sets. Okay, so what this does, let me just show you that tables 0 to pandas. Print, let's run this. So you can say it says empty data frame, so it couldn't extract this information, but the interesting part is that it's extracted the columns. You can see the columns is 0 DCOH 1 ST350 2 ST procedures and computers. So it's actually not extracted the columns, but it extracted the first row as a column header. Okay, like DCOH ST350 ST procedures competitor T academic blue and so on. So how this helps is that from this particular extracted information, I can easily get the vertical position, right? So all the X0 position for all of this text is the vertical starting position for all of these columns. Okay, so that's what I have done in this part, that for each of those rectangles in this header cells, okay, just give me the rec 0, that is the X0 position, the starting position of the header. So that's just going to be my vertical lines, and the end header lines, like let's say for this amount column, I need that ending position of the amount column as well. So that's what we have in this rec2, that is the X1. So let me just show you. So if you look into this rec, it says 17.0, so that is the X0. This is Y0, this is X1, this is Y1. Okay, in the same fashion. So what we need to do, we need to extract the X1 position, that is this one. So that's why I'm using rec2 for these vertical lines. Once I get the vertical lines, it's easier to get the tables. Okay, so I get these vertical lines, I'm just looping through the page, and then I'm just saying page.find tables, strategy is lines, and these are the specifically vertical lines. Now I'm just appending all the PDF tables into one, and that's how I get the DFS. Okay, now let me just do something here and append on this, and now you'll see that I get that information, but there are some extra columns like this, column 4, column 6, column 8, and so on. Those are not helpful, and that one is being extracted because of the totals line in this particular page. Okay, the last page. So there is one more possible way, is that you can just search for this total case, and then just crop this particular page into a smaller chunk. Okay, so just find this warehouse keyword, that is the starting point of the table, and find this total case and slice it down to in this particular crop section, and then you can use the find tables in that particular clip section or crop section. Okay, so that's why I'm just using that reset this index and then find this location where warehouse is not a blank. Okay, so if you look into this, then you'll see that we have warehouse, right? And for those total lines, this part, the warehouse is blank, so I just want to filter out by non-blank. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, that okay, finding this location and filter out by not is an actually, and then selecting these specific columns because I don't need extra columns. So that's what we do. And if I just run this, then I get this clean and nice table. Now let me show you that last part. It says conversion of the type. So as type, quantity is float, unit price is float, and amount is float. So I'm just converting those into a proper number instead of text. Okay, that's it. So that's how we get the line items. Now let me explain shortly how do you get that metadata part. So in the metadata part, you see that I'm getting the first page using find tables and I'm cropping by this particular position. So this is experimental. So you need to search for this invoice number, you need to search for the due date, and then you need to find those coordinates to extract this information from this part. Okay, so I'm just cropping this in this particular section. I'm using text strategy and just specifying the vertical lines, and then I'm just specifying the snap white tolerance, and then just getting the first table. Okay, that is the meta table. So if you look into this meta table, so you'll see that we have invoice, these are the column, invoice column and column 1. Now invoice number, so I need to transpose this first, right? So that's what I'm doing in this particular line, that transpose this. And if I run this, you can see it's like this. Now I am renaming this particular table column header. So it says 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm just renaming that with invoice number, sales order, invoice date, and due date. And then I'm just extracting this second row. Okay, so that is this one. And then I'm resetting this index. So 0 is index. Now I need to remove this colon at the end. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm just dropping this sales order column there because that is not imported from. So I'm just dropping that. Now I need to extract the total lines, and that is present on this page to 1589. So I just use this find the last page, find the tables, and based on that tables, find this total amount. So you can just try out that one, and this is the total due. I can just show you this part. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can see 21589. Let me show you find tables. So this is the find tables incomplete input. I need to get rid of this float then. So this is the tables, then just convert this into a 0 to pandas, and let's run this. Then it's giving me this particular table, and then I'm just converting that into, so get that and just convert that into a float number. And that's it. That's how we get the metadata information from this particular PDF file. So that's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon for future content.